Do you ever open your closet and think, why did I buy that? I definitely have, a lot. But not since shopping with Quince. I see fewer misses and a lot more hits that I'll be wearing season after season. Quince has all the seasonal must-haves, like 100% European linen shirts from $30, performance polos, and versatile activewear. The best part of all, Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of all the middlemen and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. I really like that. I just got 2 shirts. I ordered a third. It's coming in a week. I got 2 shirts. I just got them a couple days ago. The quality is unmatchable. I love them. They feel great. They fit great. That's why you got to shop at Quince. Fill your closet with timeless pieces that you'll be wearing for summers to come with Quince. Go to quince.com/Bubba for free shipping on your order and a 365-day return policy. That's QUINCE.com/Bubba to get free shipping on your order. And again, the 365-day return policy. Quince.com/Bubba. Welcome. I haven't heard from Macho Man all day. Macho, are you mad at me or something?
No, he's trying to stop the fire.
He's trying to what?
He's trying to stop the fire back here.
What? Fire?
Yeah.
Well, I know metaphorically you're speaking of fire metaphorically, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't see anything
I was ready to
burning.
go get the big hose out there.
We got several fire extinguishers.
Oh, well, I don't know how to operate those.
I get them updated. I get them updated every year from 25's friend Buck, always ready Freddy.
Of course.
Are they easy to use, fire extinguishers?
Yeah, you just pull the pin and squeeze the handle.
I don't think I could do it in a time of need.
You know what we need to do?
Well,
we need one of these days to start a fire outside, like, in a controlled atmosphere.
Hell yeah, in the lake.
And then show, like in a fire ring, and then show Seth how to put out a fire using a fire extinguisher, then start another fire and see if Seth can actually do it.
Dude, that'll be great for my Manning Up series.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Man it up. Part of your Manning Up series.
Let's do it. Can we do it this weekend?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be something me and Lummy have to think about.
Let's start a fucking fire. We got to find out what fire Macho's putting out, though, right?
Yeah. Hey, so, Red, leave it to us. There's probably a major problem, and we get down our own fucking rabbit hole
About fires.
of fires.
Seth.
Rhett, can you give me any indication, or is it all K5, or was it what?
No, it's fine. I think we all should be good now. X was being kind of a pain in the ass on the startup.
Oh, okay. So it's one of your guys'
It
technical
was just a
fires.
tech deal, but we're fine.
It was a tech fire.
We're fine. We're all fine here now.
So,
Just making sure his abs didn't collapse or anything,
Who, Rhett's?
No, I mean Macho. I mean Rhett's too, but yeah.
Rhett, did you have a good time Friday?
I did. I had a really good time. It was kind of surreal for me.
What did all you guys do afterwards? Because me and Seth literally tried to set a record on how fast you could leave a venue and find an Uber. We did.
Dude, Bubba, my plan of attack whenever I leave somewhere is to make sure that I can get back to a Chick-fil-A before they close.
Right.
So, I'm on the clock 9. I got to hit the one in South Tampa that closes by 10. I get there. I'm in line by 9:36. So,
you had 24 minutes to fucking spare.
Oh, my God, dude. I got a milkshake. I was so chill.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, Bubba, like when we talk about who Eric Andre fans are, like Rhett's a fan. So, like that was so you think about being a fan of that and then being like essentially.
That'd be like going to Aaron Rodgers deal for me, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, not anymore.
And then essentially being in the front row for the whole thing. I mean,
being backstage.
Backstage and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was backstage, and I think you met Eric. Did you not, Rhett?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Well, he came out earlier before you got there. I thought that maybe you were part of that process. I'm sorry.
No, I had just missed it. But he did ask me for help at the end of the show. So the guy that they had brought on stage out of the crowd after you left wouldn't get off of the stage. So he was asking for charity to help that guy get off stage.
Well, there's multiple guys' dicks they showed.
So we didn't.
Did they all refuse to get off stage?
But we didn't. Hold on. So I do my deal. And then did Rhonda leave and get off the stage the same time I did? Or
yeah.
Okay.
No, they really jobbed her out. Like what, 2.5 minutes?
They jobbed her because listen,
we saw her. We saw her in the green room, Bubba, when we were leaving.
Yeah, she was being super cool, and I got her number and all. But when they were kind of, I felt like they were done with me, and he said, you know, he was bringing Rhonda up. You guys can see that I actually was going to give my wireless microphone to the two stage guys on the, you know, his two managers.
Yeah.
I was going to hand, because that's kind of what you do. You hand your microphone to a state production assistant.
Oh yeah, you know how
like
it's
all
done,
the
Bubba.
live stocks and all the intros that I've done of bands. You take, if you don't use the microphone that's fixed, which usually that's the lead singers, they don't want you fucking with that. They usually give you your own little handheld microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amalie Arena. I'm Bubba the Love Sponge. I mean, I've introduced Kiss.
What is this one microphone? What is it? How did we get off on a one microphone story?
That's what you're told to do. After you get done introducing the band, come and hand the microphone to this guy.
So you were so tickled because Eric Andre just told you to stay up there with.
No, so I go to hand them. They're like, Rhonda's here. So I'm assuming that I'm done. So I go to hand the microphone over to one of one of those two production dudes, and Eric says to me, "No, dude, stay. Go over on top of the stage and stay over by the refrigerator." And I go, "Okay." That's what he wanted. Maybe he didn't think he had a strong enough.
Like what he could do with Rhonda?
Rhonda couldn't, because I think he said the only thing he said is that I heard Bubba fucked you. And I think she said it was with a prosthetic. I think that's.
Oh, really?
She said you had prosthetic tits on.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to hear. I didn't get that part.
She said you had prosthetic breasts.
She was talking about. She came on one time on the Twitch show
When we had all the fake breasts.
Were you here then, Rhett?
This was back when everyone.
Yeah,
so
so
25 was still here.
Yeah, this is when I think Trace and those guys were still here.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, we bought these. We just got on Twitch, and we had bought these super expensive. We put them up on our Amazon wish list, and I think Scout and Big Gulp bought them. And
yes, they did.
Wags and fucking Kenny Price and just Joe from the West Side. They all scrabbled together, and they bought us these prosthetic boobs. And Seth, what we were going to do is put them on and then wear a tank top over it, making us look like we had tits.
Man.
But they were super expensive. They were like $300 or $400. They were so well. They were.
Couldn't Dr. Dang get just a few bags?
No. But they were like for women that have had mastectomies.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like women that have.
I know.
And so to wear. Like to make them look like they got boobs. Like they just weren't some cheap deals. They were really expensive. Well, we wore them one day on Twitch, and we're like, okay, listen, we're guys, and we're wearing tits, but we're not like just showing, like they look just like real tits too, but we're not showing the tits. We're wearing suggestive tank tops.
How long did you perverts?
One show. They kicked us off. She happened to be here during that show when we were putting our prosthetic tits on. So that's what she
so she got jobbed out on your show and Eric Andre.
Yeah, so she couldn't even really, nobody really knew what the fuck she was talking about on stage when she said Bubba's got prosthetic tits.
Bubba, no disrespect. I don't know how many people actually knew her.
Yeah, I think I was more well known than her.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
Actually, you don't think all those 20s and 30s were up all night on USA back in the day?
So I asked Brian who she was because I didn't hear her name. And then he started saying, "No, remember Up All Night, blah, blah, blah." Her two assistants came over and they go, "You know who she is?" And Babyface was like, "Yeah, of course." I'm like, yeah. Legend.
Wait, her assistant sniffed out Matroni?
She had trolls in the crowd just trying to monitor if they knew who they were.
Wow.
I don't know what or not.
Well, listen, I don't know.
She's 70 and I'd fuck her.
Yeah, she looked good.
For 70?
Yeah.
She's 70. I'd fuck the shit out of her.
You would not, you whore.
I would. I'd fuck her doggy style just to say that I fucked her. I'd be like, "Hey, man, let me guess what?
What?
I fucked Rhonda Shear."
Oh, so it actually wasn't true that you did fuck her?
No,
because he said that, and I actually believed it.
No.
Yeah, that's what they said on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You were there.
I know.
You said it.
I know, but I didn't really fuck her.
Okay,
Here's what I don't want to. I'll peel back the curtain all the way because a lot of people.
By the way, we're talking about my Eric Andre appearance at the Ritz Ybor on this past Friday. I was Eric Andre's main guest. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Seth.
It's funny because Eric Andre is going to be officially the guy that outed you as already being engaged to the merch critic.
Yeah. I mean, I've been. like I said today, you know, I got the ring, we got it made, and then I gave it to her. Like, here. A
lot of people were like, when we were walking out with Merch Crick. By the way, she's able to really get things done, and just if I can just speak as freely, just as a co-host, because of her titties. Like, her big titties are really like...
They're door openers.
She got us in a great spot. Then we had to move. They're moving us. They're taking us through the back way like we're really fucking important. Then they brought her up on stage, and they were all asking her if she knew about this, if it was going to happen ahead of time. Everybody thinks that there was... And I know there were some audience plans, but I can honestly tell you that Bubba did not say anything to Eric other than they introduced themselves to each other, and then somebody said that, hey, this is my boyfriend. And then Bubba goes, "This is my fiance" or something, and that's what Eric heard. So I think that,
and then he ran with it. I think
that's what I'm guessing.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, it was a good time. So me and Seth literally we're on 275 by 9:08. Am I right? It was
great,
Seth?
yeah. And you know what? Ebor looked fucking great, man.
It really did. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
did you guys, you, Rat, Babyface, did you guys walk through Ebor at all?
Yeah, well, Vet met us up a little bit later, but yeah, Bob Cook and I, right when the show was done.
No, did Ashley go?
No.
Oh, she had to watch Walk?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boys' night out, love.
Oh, Lummy, boys' night out with Bobby Cook.
Oh, you know it.
And listen, we were at the stoplight, and we saw Bob Cook and Dark Match Steve on the corner.
And Bubba goes, "Don't let him see us. Don't say anything."
No, because I didn't want. Because here's the deal.
I go, what am I going to start yelling out the window?
No, knowing you, yes. And I'm like, I'm just like, just be quiet. Because hold on, nothing against Bob Cook, but if he sees us, he's going to want to go back to the very back.
Not at a stoplight, Bubba. Like we were in the car.
I wasn't taking any chances, Seth. And I love Bob Cook more than anything, and he's always invited to anything that I'm invited to. It's just that I was working. I mean, Seth, we were working. We had to go and fucking get in.
Yeah, well, it was
You know, I mean, I didn't have you saw how stiff they were with bringing our own employees back there.
Yeah.
Let alone Bob motherfucking Cook.
No, for sure.
The painter of the stars.
Yeah, I'm just used to.
Hey, this is Bob Cook. He's not one of my co-hosts or my cameraman. He's my painter. He paints the building. Oh, yeah, well, let him come on back, buddy.
Well, then
we need some painting back here.
But then when he doesn't show up with cookies, it's really weird that you try to explain that he's like the baker guy. So
he's just Bob Cook. So I saw him and Dark Match Steve. They're all. Lummy, was there any other? Now, be honest.
Yeah.
You and Rhett, be honest, because me and Seth don't have a very good. And maybe even Rhett, because Rhett was so backstage and so, you know, up close. But we may not have a really good understanding of the crowd makeup like you, because you were in the mix.
Yeah,
was there any Bubba Army besides Bob Cook and Dark Match Steve? Was there any Bubba Army at all?
Yeah, when I let's see, Florida Phil came. There was another guy. He bought me and Red a drink when we first got in there.
Yeah, there were like 3 people that walked up to us, I think less than 5 minutes after Lummy was in the door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so then when I was standing in the back, kind of behind the crowd, because I was, you know, you'd have to walk through me to go either to the bathroom or the bar. I'd say there was about 8 people that came by and just said, "Bubba Army."
That's great.
So, yeah, it's pretty good.
So we leave. The minute I'm done, that we leave, and I think they play like a 2 or 3 video montage to kind of segue to the next segment, I think.
Yeah.
And so by the time can
I just say it was a weird Uber ride back with you and Merch Crick?
Oh, I thought it was a great Uber. I thought our Uber back was way better than our Uber there.
Yes, because the guy on the Uber there had just finished smoking a cigarette, and we were trapped with it.
If you're an Uber driver, man, do you not understand? You can spray all you want, but cigarettes linger bad. Like, you know what? Like, Seth, if I got in there and there was a little bit of a pot smell, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But, like, cigarette smell disgusts me.
Yes.
And so it instantaneously puts me in a bad mood.
I agree. And Merch Crick was mad because he was parked down the street. And, man, when she goes from 0 to 100, like, you can tell.
You can tell she's a good woman. She's got my back.
I was like, please don't yell at him. I was like, that's going to make me uncomfortable because then we have to get in a car with him.
Let me, this motherfucker was parked down the road for 5 minutes and waited Like it's like your Uber driver's 1 minute away. Your Uber driver's 1 minute away. They did your Uber driver's 1 minute away for like 4 minutes, and it's because he literally was physically 1 minute away, but he had to finish his fucking cigarette in order to come get us. And we're like, we see you down there, because you know how they say you got a black Kia Sorento. Well, we could see the black Kia Sorento just down the road, but the motherfucker wasn't coming for us. We're like, dude, Jesus. Come get it. It's because he had to finish his fucking cigarette. So the ride over there sucked. All right, but we got there quickly, no traffic, nothing like that.
But the dude on the way back was kick-ass. But here's what I want to say. We were all riding high. We were talking about the event and everything.
Can you imagine how he went back and told his friends what he had just heard?
Well, Bubba, this made me uncomfortable because we were talking about when Eric Andre asked you to put on panties, and then you turned it around on him and just said you put the panties on. So then if, he tucked his dick and then he put the panties on. So we talked about that he tucked, and then Erica in the Uber goes, but you could still see the head. You could still see the head of his dick, just from where it was. And I just was like, she kept saying that she could see the head, and I just was, the Uber driver didn't flinch at all, and he spoke English.
He was actually smiling because we were talking about Rhonda Shear's tits, and we were just talking about everything we had just experienced.
Yeah, I mean, he's also working in Ybor, so we're probably not the weirdest people he picked up all night.
But he also, I
just thought talking about when you just catch yourself, like sometimes you'll be at a baseball game, you'll cuss, you go, oh my God, there's a kid behind me. The way that Erica kept saying head, you could see the head. I was like, we're in front of an Uber driver.
I think he went back and said, man, I just picked up Bubba the Love Sponge, like maybe one of his guys who works for him and his girlfriend, and they were talking about seeing the head of a dick, and like, man, he is a real fucking freak. Like, I mean, boy, my reputation probably precedes me just by the
knowing Eric Andre now.
No, the conversation that I have with my girlfriend in an Uber.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that'll be released one day at some point.
I Ubered Bubba one time, and his girlfriend was talking about seeing the head of some guy's dick.
Which
he must really be a fucking freak, because like she wouldn't shut up about it, and then he was like, yeah, the head of a dick. Well, and then I thought you could see the shaft and the balls, and could you see the beanbag? And I turned it all around on him, bitch.
Well, then I'm wondering how big his dick really is. If he's tucked and she could still clearly.
He was okay. I mean, Eric
you saw it?
Yeah, it's very brown. It's much browner and
Okay,
dark. It's
all
much
right.
dark. Eric Andre's dick is much darker than his complexion.
Oh, nice.
Really? Are you saying it's a stunt cock?
Might have been. It might have been.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
If I knew today if I knew Friday what I know today, I would have ordered, or when I knew I was going to be on the show, I would have ordered a very expensive
prosthetic.
Yes, and showed my cock. And let me right now, and nobody would have ever known, because we would have kayfabed it. We would have bought the bet. Like, let me send me pictures of expensive prosthetic dicks.
Okay, I'll try to find the most expensive dick.
Hey, Bubba.
Like Seth, we ordered the most expensive prosthetic tits, and they looked like, from across the room, they looked like real tits.
That's hot.
So if we could have found a prosthetic dick,
yeah.
And I would have whipped out my dick, just like,
I think it's good that you didn't know, Bubba, because I just feel like
no, but how cool of a rumor would it be right now, and how viral?
I think it could have gone wrong, though.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I think if you would have known too much beforehand, you would have spun yourself out even more, trying to make something happen.
Well, my fucking dick did me any favor. Not showing my dick.
He saved you by showing his tucked in dick.
But if I would have been the fucking man and said, I got a big dick, let me show it, the crowd would go crazy, and there'd be rumors of Bubba the Love Sponge has got a big dick.
That crowd was big dick crazy.
They were. They were. I mean, they'd be like,
they want to see any small fucking
right
dicks.
now at the job site and be like, hey, you know what? I was at the Eric Andre show.
Oh, how was it?
Well, Bubba the Love Sponge, you know that guy?
Yeah.
The one who let his wife fuck his Hogan? Yeah, motherfucker, you should see his dick.
Is it big?
Yeah.
Oh.
He showed it at the Eric Andre deal. Everybody was like, show your dick. Show your dick. So Bubba said, fuck it. And he showed it. I was like, fuck.
Hey.
I didn't know fat dudes had big dicks. That's a pretty damn good rumor to start about you, ain't it?
Joe on YouTube said, speaking of dicks, I haven't heard anything about Alex yet since you mentioned his name.
Yeah, let me find me.
Well, I just sent you the prosthetic. Obviously, I don't think we could show it on.
Hello. Yeah, we cannot show
Bubba.
it. I just want to. Whoa.
Okay, all right, Lummy. It's fucking lunchtime.
Hold
I
on.
wanted that prosthetic.
Jesus.
Yes, go ahead. But Lummy, I needed one that would would my dick fit inside of that one?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
So your dick fits in that one.
Yes.
I don't even know if my dick's got enough real estate to fit into that one.
Guys, it's literally never going to happen again. You've lived your life this long. You never have been part
I'm
of the
just
show.
going to tell you from now on, anytime I'm asked to be somebody's guest on a real crazy show, I'm wearing a prosthetic dick.
Yeah, just bring it just in case. But I don't know how many times this opportunity is going to present itself again.
Well, I'm just saying. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, it's Mike from Naples.
Hi, Mike from Naples.
Hey, first off, love the new lineup, positivity, everybody putting in the extra effort. It really...
I have to agree with you. I got a really good feeling about my team. I think everybody's on the same page. Everybody works hard. There's no for the most part, when Seth's not full of himself, there's no negative bullshit. It's just really good.
What?
When Seth's mentals are dialed in, we have a good show. But sometimes he's a little disconnected.
He beat the shit out of me last week.
I told you I was sorry.
I know, but I'm back. I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, I'm dialed in.
I know you. That's what I'm saying. When you're dialed in, we're good. But when you're disconnected, well, it's
I'm not
mediocre.
disconnected for longer than 2 days.
Hello.
Either way, you make it into good content. But my question for you is, I guess I'm such a mark, my YouTube algorithm, anything Bubba related pops up.
Perfect.
Like this morning, I don't know if you can talk about it, but Anna Hummel has some side of her story, and I'm trying to figure out what side of the story is, whether she signed some MDA or whatever. What side of the story could she possibly have?
Here's the deal. Let me just address it right now. Anna did sign an NDA, but that doesn't mean shit. If she wants to say any story, if she wants to tell any story that she feels she needs to tell, she can. Here's the nuts and the bolts of it. Okay,
I read on a message board that she signed that, and I had to ask Bubba, and he called me a fucking mark.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. When you're going to text me or ask me about something that you read on a message board about the show, I'm going to call you a fucking mark.
Well, it ended up being true. I didn't even know. Look, I didn't know that you were engaged. I don't know half the shit that goes on around here.
Okay, well, listen, here's the deal.
I'm dialed in.
Anna Hummel's boyfriend did some really bad shit to me. That didn't. I felt as if she didn't have anything to do with it, although I think she did. But anyway, I didn't want to disrupt the show so bad and remove two people. So out of courtesy to her and him, I continued to employ her for a year after I'd already let her boyfriend go. Well, everything was going fine. I mean, there were some moments of, I know there was some uncertainty, and the feeling the room didn't have near the positive vibe that it has now. There was just some tension that you could always cut with a knife, but I tried my best to, I mean, maybe sometimes I was, hard on her, or I was short with her, or I was rude to her, or whatever. And for that, I apologize. But it is my program, and I was always constantly struggling with what her boyfriend did. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and she continued to work here for a year. And there were no plans to get rid of her. I mean, Lummy, I talk to you and
Yes.
Seth and Rhett and Macho Man. There was no plans of getting rid of Anna.
Nope.
And all of a sudden one day, Shane Reeve from JVC Broadcasting calls me and says, "Hey, I want you to know that Cumulus in Fort Walton Beach called and wanted a reference for Anna because she's applying for the morning show up there in Fort Walton Beach." And I'm like, "Oh, well, tell the dude to call me. I'll give her a good reference." And so at that point, she's applying for a job competing directly against me. I called her up. I asked her, did she do that? She said, yes, I did. And at that point, I said, okay, well, that's great. I'm not going to have an employee that's going to be on my show and have applied across the street behind my back. And I fired her. I mean, Seth, I think I think in radio, I think that was totally acceptable within the radio, world that you live in.
Whether it was because, whether it's because it was tough working with her because of the Blitz situation, whether it was because that she was looking for another job, whether it's because she was a dark cloud. I mean, any of those reasons I think are good enough for getting rid of her. And if people didn't understand why you let her go then, I sure hope they understand now when they listen to the show.
Yeah, I mean, and if she's gone on, I'm telling her, throw the NDA out. Say whatever you. I mean, describe.
It's got to be heard by 400 people on Will Kuntz's podcast.
There you go. I mean, whatever. If that's your big high spot, you go, girl.
Well, that's the big thing I think people wanted you to address is that her side of the story is that you made her sign an NDA so she can't talk about it.
And boy, I guess her side of the story pretty much is probably not very valid when I'm telling you right now, talk about it. I'm not going to hold you to your NDA. Talk about it. Talk about it. I didn't do anything wrong. Talk about it. I managed you well. I probably made you a bigger star than you've ever become and ever been in, and potentially probably ever will be in radio. I don't know that you'll make it any further than you made it with me at the highest at the level that you made it with me. I mean, just look at the level that you made it with me. You had fans that would, send you all types of stuff. You made more money here than you ever did at Cox. You had more mic real estate. You had your own show. I mean, I don't know that she'll ever be able to replicate what she had here anywhere else in radio. We all know the state of radio. They're not hiring right now for, morning co-hosts that had what she had. I mean, she had a lot here. She was part of this morning show that's on multiple platforms. She was getting paid competitively. And she had her own show. If she loves to be on the air so much, she's never going to get it better than she had here. Yes, it was uncomfortable at times. Yes, you may have felt as if I was picking on you at times. People now know why. I think I did a pretty good job with quelling, my true inner feelings as to listen, Tom Bean said, there's no way you can employ her. If you fire him, you've got to fire her. You can't. There's no way you're gonna just instantaneously resent her. Maybe I did, but I tried my hardest to continue to employ her. And I'm not the one. And I'm not the one that went and applied for a job as my competition. I didn't. And had she not done that, she'd probably still be here.
Well, I'm sorry I brought it up, but the show has much better vibes without her. And 6 months from now, she'll probably be jobless with a fat blitz. And
Listen.
I'm
not wishing any of that upon anybody. I hope she rebounds nicely and gets a job in radio that's her dream job. And I'm telling you right now publicly that I'm not holding her to her NDA. And if she wants to do a big show with her buddy Will Kuntz that 410 people watch in a week, then go ahead, do it. I'm not gonna. I'm publicly saying I'm not gonna hold you to your NDA. Your NDA means nothing to me.
Hell yeah! Can I make one request?
Hold on one second. And I think everybody in this room, everybody in this building, we all know each. I mean, listen, we all know each other. I think everybody can safely say that I never did anything inappropriate to her. I never touched her in a way. I never, sexually harassed her.
I was gone for 3 years, Bubba. So,
well, I mean, okay. Rhett, you and Lummy, did I ever do anything physically inappropriate to her? Like, did I ever touch her, or did I ever rub her ass, or did I ever? I mean, I didn't do any. I didn't P Diddy her or nothing. I didn't do nothing to her. Nothing. So,
no, you didn't. No,
I mean,
nothing.
so like, she comes out with, well, I just want to let you know, Bubba was, trying to fuck me and
I don't think that's it at all.
No, I'm just saying.
Bubba,
like,
she got way more fucked up at the bone when she was forced to fight during the Calta shit.
Right, like we didn't force her to do any of that
when
shit.
she had the epilepsy groups coming at her.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff she had to deal with.
You applying for a job in Fort Walton Beach to be my competition is just, I don't know what Howard. I often think, what would Howard do if Benji or Robin, his girl, would apply to be his competition? I think that they'd probably get rid of you. I think most radio stations would get rid of you.
Well, I believe I believe you're just showing that you don't want to be in the place that you're in anymore.
Yeah.
Whether you're applying to a competition or not, you're going, I'm not happy, which is fine. I think she needed to try to do something. I think her career was in the same place for the last 4 years when she was here. So I think that this is something that she needed to explore. Just probably needed to talk to you about it first.
Agreed. All right, my man. What were you going to say?
My only request is if you take a serious thought to coming back to the Seminole Casino, because you got so many fans down here in the Fort Myers, Naples area. That was such an awesome event a few years back.
Yeah, I don't know that I have. I don't know that I have the. I don't know if the template, the Bubba Palooza template that I had works in today's environment.
Anything like it.
Yeah,
an event of some sort.
Yeah, maybe a meet and greet or a bar meet or something like that. Maybe we could do something like that.
That'd be awesome.
All right,
man.
buddy. I appreciate
Love you guys.
Love you too, man. No his Omo, Ms. Omo. Hello?
Bubba, Neil Mount Pleasure.
What's up,
Neil Mount Pleasure? Did you get your ring? I love a great deal just as much as the next guy, but I'm not going to crawl through a bed of hot coals or go out of my way just to save a few bucks. And if I am, man, it's got to be easy. No hoops, no BS. So when Mint Mobile says it's easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan, I'm going to call them out on it. Turns out, it's really that easy. It's that easy to get wireless for $15 a month. The longest part of the process was the time I spent on hold waiting to break up with my old provider. That's a nightmare. Wish everything was as easy as Mint. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk-to-text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your old phone number with you, along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer with your 3-month premium wireless plan for only $15 a month, you must go to mintmobile.com/Bubba. That's mintmobile.com/BUBBA. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Bubba. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower on 40 gigabytes on unlimited plans. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
I did, buddy. It looks great. I'm going to also, your Alpha is great, and then the Tumbler. So, I
think this Thursday we're coming out with the Bubba Army slides and with the Fat Man Dunks, Bubba slides, and the two different type of low top tennis shoe, which will be affectionately known as the Air Bubba 2s. I think we're coming out with those maybe Thursday. I think, Neil Mount Pleasure.
Hey, I just want to tell you real quick, buddy. All of the stuff that you've been doing lately is the best. Got me through I lost my dad 3 months ago. So all of this stuff, all of the great content, you guys have got me through kind of some rough times. Because, Sunday, since it's Father's Day, will be the first. Oh, shit. Father's Day, I won't have them. Yeah. But you know what? I appreciate all the all the stuff that you do to make me laugh through the day.
Well, Father's Day, and as much as I make you laugh, I do hurt. I do hurt a lot. And Father's Day, I'm going to call my dad. But I'm not going to have any conversations with my son, which is absolutely going to kill me. He leaves. I think today. No. I think he leaves. He's living. I've been told that he's living in Ocala now, and he leaves today for this big, what they call the Summer Nationals, and they do like 30 races in 35 days. So I think he races in Peoria, Illinois, Wednesday night. I try to keep up on what he's doing, but he has me blocked on every social networking thing that he has with regards to racing and his personal self. So I have to just get bits and pieces as to what he's doing. But Father's Day is going to suck for me because I wish I had a relationship with my son. I really did. And I'm
sorry to hear that, man. I know that sucks.
So, and I'm sorry about your loss of your father, my friend.
Hey man, it's he got a rare form of prostate cancer, and he was done in about a month. It was crazy. But
I think I have a solution here. If that's okay, real quick, I think maybe Bubba, why don't this Sunday you adopt Neil? He could be your son, and then you can be his dad, and we got boom.
No, I think Sunday I just want to be left alone.
Okay, great. Well, I was just trying. Okay. All right,
Neil, I love you, buddy, and thank you.
Have a great day, buddy.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you.
Babyface is on the hotline.
I hope Neil didn't take all of his dad's money and that's what he's donating to the show every day.
Hope he did. I mean,
he's already said he's going to be giving Bubba for the will.
If you get a large sum of money from somebody that has died, and by all means, give it to us. Brian, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy. I just wanted to call and just say what a great job you did on Friday night. I didn't want to wait until Thursday because it would probably be pretty stale by then. But just wanted to call and say you rocked it, and it was a fun time. It was like a fever dream, but it was an interesting show.
How come you were chanting Dick the loudest, Brian, when people were ready to show their...
I mean, I was by Babyface, and that is true.
He was, yeah. I heard him all the way in VIP.
Yeah, we were getting pretty crazy
a very dick-aggressive crowd there.
Very dick.
It was your people, man. They wanted to see your manhood. They wanted to see your cock.
And my cock, I was hoping my cock would have been a little bit, but my cock was so scared and so in its little hidey hole. It was so.
So you thought about it?
Well, yeah. If my dick,
you thought about it.
If my dick had been chubbed up, like how my dick can lay decent, I would have showed my dick a little bit. If you
had the pump, if you had the penis pump.
No, I don't even need it. If I just went back there and just kind of chubbed it up for a little bit, I could get it looking decent. But I should have, had I known that this show was based around dicks, I would have got a prosthetic dick and then whipped it out. And the whole big fucking, internet would be just absolutely viral about how big Bubba the Love Sponge is. Because I would have got an expensive one that looked really good and matched my shade, and whipped it all. Maybe just whipped the meat part of it. Like just showed the shaft part, but not the head, and left the head tucked in my athletic shorts or my athletic pants, and just kind of showed like the extensive amount of shaft.
So you had a good time, Brian? It was a good time.
People would have gotten pictures of that dick. From they'd be like, oh my god, fucking Bubba, the Love Sponge. That motherfucker that Hogan fucking swung. He's got a big dick. That motherfucker's got a big dick. That'd be the talk of the town right now. How big my dick is.
Forever, Bubba. Forever.
It wouldn't have been the talk of the town because it would have never made it into Creative Loafing, which is the only media that covers this.
That just goes and show you how, does that not just go to show you how buried I really am with Tampa?
Well, I think what it shows is that if people don't like you, they're going to go out of their way. I know Creative Loafing over the years has had a very good relationship with Calta and his people. And so I think that is what's factoring in here.
Well, that goes with the TV stations. That goes with almost everybody in this town has drank his Kool-Aid. And and toes his line and doesn't believe or care for or has been brainwashed that mine is bad and insignificant.
But we're underground, Bubba. We're making money. You're seeing Eric Andre's dick part of his show, man. We're thriving down here, man.
You didn't see him ask Mike Calta to be there, did you? No.
No, and it's just amazing to me though how you can cover that event and then exclude the biggest part of it, which is if it'd be like talking about an episode of Letterman and not mentioning the special guest.
It'd be like talking about going to a Bucks game and not and Mike Evans scored 2 touchdowns, but not mentioning Mike Evans.
Nope.
Well, he scored 2 touchdowns and then fumbled an engagement.
No, what I'm just saying.
That would be my only criticism of you is I thought you could have done something with that engagement bit a little bit.
Did you know they were already engaged, Brian?
Yeah. So, what he doesn't realize
I wasn't really aware of that.
Yeah, because I'm not I leave some of my personal shit out now. I'm not. I don't. I just you don't need to know every fucking not you. I'm talking about.
Who are you yelling at, man?
I'm talking about.
Babyface.
Yeah.
I'm talking about listeners. You don't need to know every aspect of my life. You don't. I mean, I do. I am I allowed to have some privacy, or am I just supposed to let every fucking thing out?
I
don't think anybody's mad at you about not revealing that you were engaged. I mean, I don't think anybody's angry about that. I think that it's more surprise.
You said,
oh wow,
you said I could have handled it betterly. Well, how
no,
can
no, no. I sold it on stage better. Come up with something witty. in the moment. That's all. I think it was like the effort was either don't do it or do something funny with it. That would be the only thing.
Well, I didn't do either. I know what I did wasn't funny, but I wasn't prepared for it. And I'm like, well, ask her to marry me. We've already done that already.
But you stole that show. I don't know what the show would have been if you were not the guest.
It would have been. I think it would have been a random guy in the crowd probably that would have been chugging stuff and having. No, Brian.
Well, they did that one after.
What happened, Brian? The people that you were you with your neighbor and his wife and stuff?
Yeah, they're our friends. They're cool though. They're really they were aware of Eric Andre before.
Were they aware of the dicks?
I don't think they were aware of how penis forward the show is. Yeah, it was a lot of phallic representation.
John Kostika, $50 on the PayPal.
John Kostika.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. That's how we keep the show on the air. But yes, go ahead.
So it was fun hanging out with Lummy. I think he ended up getting the best deal out of it because people were buying him drinks and stuff.
No
so
complaints.
Lummy was like literally double and triple fisting at one point his drinks. He got wasted.
We got some pizza after.
Were you hot in your suit, Brian?
He took
I
off
wasn't
his
wearing
suit.
a suit.
I thought you were wearing one of your
button
gimmicks.
down.
We got reports back. Backstage
One of your shiny numbers.
that you were wearing, a suit and were running around the bar.
I was not. I was doing neither of those things.
I know.
You were running, but I never saw you in a suit. I only saw you with your button down. But it was right when I think we kind of ran into you. You were like running to the bar.
What?
Red saw it too.
So confused.
Were you on Angel Dust, Brian?
Confused. Oh, I was trying to. Our girls didn't. So that's why our girls didn't know we had gone into that sidebar, that dark sidebar back there, and we did not want them to go into the main room because we would have never found them.
That was the first time me and Lummy had seen you that night. Was when you were sprinting from one end of the bar to the other. I mean, you were moving quick.
It was a brisk walk. I wouldn't call it a sprint.
Lummy, you were there.
Yeah,
So
There's
what
not a lot
happened?
of sprinting
So
that
Brian,
goes on at the BRN. I don't think
Brian,
you guys are familiar with what a sprint looks like.
So Brian, what happened? So Seth and I were out. Like I did my double set, and then what happened after we left?
He asked us he asked me to hang out, but I sent him out of here. I felt bad.
Who asked
Yeah, I
you
reached out to both of you to be like, "Hey, what are you doing after?" And you're like, "We're already in a car on the way home."
Yeah. I mean, listen, in and out,
It
buddy.
was like 30 seconds after you guys got off stage.
No.
The Uber was waiting in the alley, Brian.
The Uber took 36 seconds to get there. We had I think it was an Uber XL, and it was fucking nice. The guy didn't smoke cigarettes. He was nice, pleasant. His name was Hector. I gave him a 30% tip. And we were literally merging on I-4 when you texted us. We were already through Ybor and onto I-4. And I was in bed by 10. I'd showered and been in bed. Was in bed by like 10:30.
Did you go to the castle?
No.
Yeah,
we ended up going to Show Bar, which is the dueling pianos bar there.
Oh my God.
That's been around for a long, hasn't it?
Not super long. I think it came around in
What
right
about
before
like
the pandemic.
My old place and Frankie's patio and all that? What's down there nowadays?
I think your old place is still empty.
Really?
They have Gaspar's Grotto. They have Bad Monkey. They have Double Decker. Let's see what else is down there. You've got the nightclubs that are still there. But...
You still got that one Prana? Is Prana still there?
Oh man, that was a.
Yeah,
Prana was one of the
yeah,
original.
Prana's still there.
Yeah,
Is it really?
It's the longest running, I think, nightclub in Ybor.
That's where all the hot hoes go, right?
You're good in Ybor until midnight. If you can get out of there before midnight, you're fine. If you're there after midnight, things are going to start getting sketched. The crowds get a little rough and wild and drunk, and you're asking for trouble. So we left around.
How about the hot bitch factor? Are there hot bitches up until midnight?
Yeah, I mean, there's it's attractive women out there. Some of them are showing out. Some you don't want to see. Some you do.
But I mean, is there
Don't play it down, you horny toad.
I mean, is there they usually run in groups of like three or four bitches that are going from bar to bar to bar. They're kind of hot. 26, 20 to 30.
Bubba, this guy wasn't like with binoculars on a roof. He was just enjoying a stroll through Ybor.
Yeah, well, I'll take. I was walking with Bob Cook, and Bob Cook was very happy with walking through.
Mm-hmm. Now, are they younger? Are they? To me,
they're younger.
Yeah, they're younger.
All right.
Yeah, they're younger. They're not 30 anymore.
They're not looking for.
Like,
They're not
18
looking,
to 20.
They're not looking for a 58-year-old that has a internet radio show.
They could be looking for a zaddy, not a dad. Yeah, but so we went to Show Bar because that's where we had my wife's 40th, and they remembered us from that.
Now, does Show Bar tend to skew a little older just based on what it is?
Yeah, especially the dueling piano part. After midnight, when that part of the show is over, it turns into like a regular nightclub bar, and it gets a little rougher. But before that, it's just like a dueling piano bar. It's kind of cool. It's actually a really cool spot. They have talented musicians. It's a fun time if you're into that sort of thing.
Did you see where Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department was talking to some land developer, and they're going to do like a land swap, and they're going to move they're going to take all the Ybor real estate that the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department has, which is a ton, and do that like into a big residential / light commercial deal, and then move the people that want to do this development own a huge bank building on the crosstown in between Brandon and Tampa, and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department's going to move into there. Did you see that?
No, but that's interesting.
Yeah, and it was.
It makes.
And it was going to be like it was like, I don't know, a $50 or $60 million positive swing for Hillsborough County based on what the real estate's worth, based on the size of building that they were going to inherit. Like, it's a big bank building that they were going to get somewhere off the crosstown, and all they had to give up was just that like 19 or 20 acres or however many, but that 19 or 20 acres in Ybor will eventually be worth a lot, but it's not worth a lot just with the Hillsborough County place sitting on top of it.
Yeah, no, it's a good move for the sheriff's office because they don't need prime real estate that can be developed. Although I don't know that I'd want a big old building right now anywhere that's not,
I think they're gonna, but I think they're gonna make it like a residential with like light commercial bars and eateries on the bottom, and then residential up on top.
Yeah, that mixed-use real estate stuff is the only way to do it these days. Live, work, play.
That's what they're doing over there by that new big building over by Dale Mabry and 275. Aren't they doing that?
Yeah.
Or is that the second phase of
Midtown?
Or is that the second phase of Midtown?
It's second phase of Midtown.
Oh, okay.
Well, get ready because they're doing the same thing at West Shore Mall here.
Yeah, they're knocking down Seasons 52. They're knocking down where Sears used to be. They're keeping a little bit of the mall, but knocking half of the mall down. They're knocking down, I think they're knocking down the Bank of America, and they're making because the girl,
Sears too. Sears.
Yeah, Sears.
Oh no, not Sears.
And they're making that's going to be like mixed use commercial, low end. Light commercial on the bottom, and then.
Are we sad over this? Are we mad?
And did you know Regina's office when she first came to town and was big slinging D, her office used to be the top building of that bank office, didn't it?
Yeah, the Truist building, SunTrust building.
Yeah,
that's right there by West Shore.
Hunter Law. That's where it was.
She had that. She had like a balcony and everything.
That was a sexy space. And then Tom B. Then she married Tom, and Tom's like, "Okay, you're paying how much a month in rent? We ain't doing that no more."
Hey, Matroni.
We're still paying it in rent. It's just going to Tom for some reason.
Hey, Babyface, what do you think about Caitlin Clark not making the Olympic team?
I think it's bullshit.
It's a miss. It's a miss. I mean, like you pointed out on Twitter, Christian Leitner was allowed to be on the men's team when he hadn't practiced over the summer. It's a cop out. It's stupid.
It's the coach. The coach that's It's the coach that's pandering to her former African American players, and it's exactly what it's racist. And it's bull.
I don't know if
I
this
don't know that
one's
race
racist.
has anything to do with it because Diana Taurasi is going to be on the team too.
She's not white though.
When
did Spanish become white?
Caitlin Clark. What's that?
She's not white though. She's Spanish.
I mean, it's
not. Come on.
Here's the deal.
So
Here's the deal.
Players,
Here's the deal. Good luck, women's basketball team, because you're leaving a whole bunch of fucking money on the amount of people that are going to watch it and the amount of people that are going to attend it. So if you just want to go ahead and be stupid about it and not make as much money, go ahead, because you just did it to yourself.
I mean, the 0-11 Mystics just hosted Caitlin Clark and had the biggest WNBA crowd in 17 years.
I know.
0-11, winless team. So she moves the needle. It's idiotic. It's stupid. I hope it does motivate her. But the women's basketball. I mean, look, man. I hate to sound like a misogynist, but man, women can't get out of their own way.
I know.
And they end up blaming men for it. But this is all.
I mean, women's basketball outside of fucking Caitlin Clark sucks.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's sloppy. It's turnover filled. I mean, her popping a three and making some great passes. I mean, if we had about 14 or 15 more of her, we'd be fucking cooking with oil, with fire.
I heard the stupid excuse. Well, first of all, Team USA is going to roll the rest of the world, regardless of what 10 they put out there or 12 they put out there. But I heard one of the excuses was they didn't want her being on the bench to be a distraction and a talking point and all that. No, they just didn't want to be overshadowed by the new kid.
Right.
And
that's the whole entire. That's the whole entire league. That's the whole fucking entire league. And most of the African American girls hate her and they talk shit about her and they fucking rough play her and they're just like she hadn't put her time in. They didn't say that about fucking Larry Bird when he rolled in that he hadn't put his time in or anything like that. No, they didn't. They're doing it to themselves because you know why? Men, you know what? If you're a black guy on the Cleveland Cavaliers and Larry Bird walks in and you used to sell out you've never sold out the Cleveland Arena and now Larry Bird rolls in and you're selling it out and you're making more money and you're flying private now.
5 minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably.
No. Regina was coming in to see if I wanted to do lunch today, so I said,
hold
Big
on.
stuff popping.
I'll let you go. I mean, that's the ultimate.
No. She walked into my office. Dude, what am I supposed to do?
What's for lunch?
What's for lunch? She looking,
I don't know yet. Well,
she looking good today?
I don't look at her that way. She's like my sister. Well, I shouldn't say that to you. But
She's looking good.
I don't look at her that way.
Is she dressed up today, or is she?
I didn't see. She literally stuck her head into the door like a Muppet around the corner.
And what'd she say? Have you seen the new Pokemon?
She said, "I heard there's a Pikachu in here, and I'm trying to find it."
Well, Babyface Babyface got caught like he was jerking off because he's making fun calls during business hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She knows it's all.
She doesn't give a
It
fuck.
helps her practice.
She doesn't give a fuck.
When
Hey,
these
listen,
people
she
call in.
literally does not give a fuck. She doesn't.
I heard. You know what I heard from somebody in chat is that Carrie Underwood is going to have Caitlin Clark at one of her concerts.
She should.
And he has an inside source on that.
I'm telling you right now.
very close to her.
Do you know who should have Caitlin Clark at her concert? Talk about the
Taylor Swift.
Yep. You talk about fucking the ultimate of bitchness. I mean, bitch number one and bitch number two in the world respectfully. Bam. Taylor Swift when she does Indiana.
What if they started hooking up? What if the two of them started hooking up?
And Travis Kelce was getting threesomes. Hell yeah.
That would just and she started wearing a Fever shirt, jersey to her concerts and stuff.
Jason, exactly. Man. All right, listen, you got lunch to go with the boss lady. We'll see.
You killed it. You killed it Friday, Bubba. Good job getting that book, Seth. Loved the Bum Army. Good hanging with you, Lummy.
Hey, Brian, real quick.
Yeah.
Is he gone, Bubba?
No, he's here.
Brian,
I'm here.
Officially, did you buy 8 tickets to the Eric Andre show in total?
Officially, I did. Yes,
Okay.
Officially.
All right.
And don't feel bad about it, Seth. Hold on. What you should really feel bad about is the fact that you blew me off and lied to me while I was sweating in line. Not that you.
I couldn't get this guy to skip a line. He wanted to go through the back door
Seth,
like he's fucking Pete Davidson.
I will tell you this, Brian. He was so fucking stressed out. He's like, I don't know how I can get Babyface. They barely let us 3 in back here. I'm trying to get Rhett back here. I'm trying to fucking locate Lummy.
And he's got a +7 with him,
And Brian, I mean, I'm trying, and so then Seth is talking to the promoter, and the promoter's like, listen, we are keeping it no. Like being a dick.
No, it's all good. I'm just giving Seth a hard time. I told him early on in the day when he was struggling to communicate with them, I said, I'm going to go ahead and buy my own tickets because I'm not dealing with that or putting that on you because I wouldn't do that. I'm not Dan. I would not cause a scene or cause trouble or anything like that to get my way.
I said that I wrote Eric Andre's people. I said that Brian bought tickets to the show for us to give away. I said he's a huge fan and a little man who won't take up too much space. And I thought that would get them to write me me back, and they still didn't. Yeah.
I had fun with you, Brian. I'm glad you were back.
I had fun. It was great hanging out with Lummy and Dark Match and Bob Cook, who I now remember that I have met a couple times. And Florida Phil was there, and some guy that I forget his name, started with an A. I don't remember, but it was good. It was a good little crowd, and we all just hung out in like the lobby area because you could watch and hear it so much better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
we had a TV and the sound system, so we were good.
Let's not keep Gino waiting, okay, my friend?
All right, guys. You take care.
Bye now. See ya. Lummy, before we go, we got to go to mybookie.com.
Yeah.
Again, go to mybookie.ag or mybookie.com. Type in Bubba with your when you make your first deposit. Type in Bubba, and that'll get you a little bit more on your deposit. And Lummy, we haven't played all day today.
No, we have not.
So I thought maybe let's go.
We got some money in there.
And Bubba, we're down bad on the Mavericks.
What do you mean?
It's 0-2 right now.
Yeah, but you know what?
That was your idea, bud.
Well, you know what? The series doesn't start until the home team loses. It's not right, Lummy?
All right.
Hold on.
That's right, yeah.
We got a 7. we got a 17 or a 7. We got an A6. Dealer showing a 10. So you think
it's kind of a shitty.
It's kind of a. I'm in a shitty spot here.
Because if you hit.
I think you stand, Lummy, on this deal.
Yeah, I do too.
I think we stand on this. They flop
16, 26.
Yeah, there we go.
Good stand.
They flopped a 6 and then threw a king on top of that, busted it. So, Lummy, we won $1,000. Let's go. Let's bet another $1,000.
Is this your sport, Lummy? Like poker? I'm 21. You're really good at it.
Blackjack. It's called blackjack.
I don't care, man. I play war. I don't
poker.
fucking
21.
Hold on. So we got a 13.
Right.
We got a 3. We got a king and a 3.
That's a horrible.
They're showing a 3. So we're assuming. But Lummy, there's not a lot of cards that beat us. There's more cards that help us than beat us. But they could bust. This is a real fuck like this.
Because we're thinking they're 13.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I got to hit this.
Yeah, that's a low card.
I mean, do you agree or no?
No, I agree.
Oh, we just busted with the fucking
pussies.
Yeah, well, it would have been 17. We would have lost anyhow.
Yeah.
You guys lost to a 7. Swing from these.
You're gonna swing. You're gonna swing as I smack you in the fucking face for a minute. Last one, let me, and then we're out of here for the day. I gotta get some lunch.
I got like 30 more minutes of things I want to ask you.
For real?
No.
Okay. Let me. We got 18. They got 4. We fucking stand on this all day. They flop a 12. They 15.
25.
Yeah, there we go. Let me look at that. We're up. We're up to our balance is $5,000.
If this was real money, it's as easy to win $1,000 as that.
Yeah, there you go. So here's
we have 1,000 in it.
Yeah. So here's my last bet. I'm betting 1,000. I'm betting 1,000.
We started at 4. So we're back.
Mybookie.ag promo code Bubba. I flop a 3 and a 8. I got.
That sucks.
Well, we know they don't have 21.
So we have 20.
We
definitely got a hit.
You got to hit. We got a 4. I'm sorry. We got a 3 and an ace, and they got a jack showing, but they don't have blackjack. So
let's hope we're a low card here.
Let's hit a. All right, now we're really fucked. We hit a 10, which now turned our ace into a 1.
Yeah.
We're at 14. They're at 10. I got to hit this.
Hit, baby!
Yeah, technically you're supposed to hit. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So hold on. We're at 18.
Yep.
We flopped another 4. So we got a 3 ace 10 4. They're showing a jack. Here we go on the stand with the flop. Yeah, we won. Damn, there you go.
So if they can't
and
hit
we fucking leave winners. Lummy, we leave winners. I'm hitting the music. Boom.
Well, we're leaving.
We're leaving winners.
Just let it go.
Okay.
Pots up.
Oh boy.
Okay, you got it, Macho Man?
Something
happened.
Yeah. Macho, are you okay today? You have not
Absolutely.
barely said a word to me.
There's fires.
Are you mad at me?
We need more lasers.
Are you mad at me?
Oh, no.
Macho, I need you to tell me if you're
I'm not mad at you.
He said too much cock talk for his liking today.